Robert Kiyosaki has been quite vocal about the crypto market. In fact, he was among the first people actually to predict the inflation that's happening. In his words, the U.S. doesn't produce anything. The U.S. only creates bubbles. Now that Biden has taken us out of the oil business, it will only get worse. Crypto is the safest space. Kiyosaki is well known for his Rich Dad, Poor Dad book selling more than 32 million copies. Kiyosaki recently tweeted that the most significant bubble of the century is up on the horizon since we already have hyperinflation and depression happening at the moment. He recommends buying gold, silver, and Bitcoin before the coyote wakes up. Robert talks a lot about what is happening in the U.S. and what you should do to avoid being knocked off and homeless. So strap in, and I will give you all the nitty-gritty details of how to prepare for the upcoming bullish wave. As always, welcome to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. Don't forget to smash that like button, share, and always comment or leave a question in the section below. Robert talked about baby boomers' retirement funds will be stolen and the fact that the $10 trillion of fake money spending are finally coming to an end. He even went on to say that President Biden's administration is weak, and this is going to shock your mind. Robert called the U.S. government, Wall Street, and the Federal Reserve thieves. Additionally, Kiyosaki tweeted that now is the perfect time to get smart and not greedy. And he's quite right. If you follow his string of tweets, you'll see a significant pattern pointing out that you shouldn't invest in the government, but rather in decentralized coins. Case in point, crypto. The government right now is full of corrupt individuals, which is probably the reason why Ripple is still in court, and you should avoid all assets that are linked to the government. Kiyosaki also states that we might have a giant stock market depression in October, and the U.S. will also crash into another massive depression. Right now is one of the biggest bubbles in world history, and you could either come out richer or poorer. In his tweets, Robert also said that the U.S. dollar will likely implode, and he recommended investors should go and buy more gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. He emphasized that the world is currently in trouble and the U.S. government's debt is going through the roof. He also went on to say that the government would seize all cryptocurrencies within the same month. Nonetheless, Robert predicted the rise of the crypto world and the fall of the U.S. dollar thanks to the current Russia versus Ukraine war. Most people are now looking into crypto as a safe haven for transactions compared to fake fiat money. And it's not just Kiyosaki who sees what's about to happen in the current market. A growing number of forecasts and economists are now worried about the future of the financial market, warning investors that a recession is on the horizon, especially for the U.S. economy. That's because the Federal Reserve is trying to fight off the highest inflation in American history that's happened in the last 40 years. For instance, JP Morgan's CEO Jamie Dimon went on an interview to say that the risk of the Federal Reserve tipping the U.S. economy into a recession is quite high.
Means I think it's a very difficult set of challenges, and recession in the next couple of years is clearly more likely than not.
Larry Summers, a former U.S. Treasury Secretary, also said that recession is a more likely option in the next few years, and the risk keeps going up by the month. Ricardo Benjamin Salinas Pliego also talked about the dollar inflation happening soon. And as you can see, all these investors can't be wrong on the same topic. Chances are we are about to hit a rocky time, especially for the U.S. dollar.
Everything from taxation of crypto assets to stablecoins, brokers, and to finally which regulatory body regulates digital assets. It's very comprehensive. The legislation takes a cue from the Hinman speech and makes decentralization a key term in whether a digital asset is regulated by the SEC or by the Commodities Commission. But here's the good news. Even if a digital asset still derives benefit from the efforts of a centralized entity, kind of like the Ethereum Foundation, for example, the reporting requirements are not that horrible and only require relatively minimal disclosures twice a year. Now, it's not perfect, but it's at least something that a lot of crypto projects can at least comply with if they want to. I personally hope it passes because I'm American and I'm tired of telling projects to set up in the Cayman Islands, as much as I like visiting the islands to set things up for them. So I guess you'd say the bill is bullish for crypto in America. But I know what you want to know, because I'm reading your mind. If this bill is passed, will it end the Ripple lawsuit? And I'm sorry, but even if it somehow gets passed this year, it will not end the lawsuit because, like most legislation, the law does not apply retroactively. But it could affect an important element of the case, and that is because from the date of the legislation passes and moving forward, new sales of XRP by Ripple would fall under the new law, and I believe that Ripple would register, whether it be with the SEC or with the CFTC, either way. And this bill might allow for registered lawful sales of XRP next year, even if Ripple loses most of the lawsuit.
Ripple XRP has been involved in, of course, the lengthy legal battle and dispute that has significantly harmed its reputation. And as a result, we're seeing many investors selling, while just a few are expecting substantial returns. In this period of fear, investing in Ripple XRP is merely a bet for investors who have withdrawn from high-risk assets. It seems like investors who have lost money in speculative trades are looking for more reliable investing options. It's been more than a year since the SEC filed charges against Ripple, launching what has become the most closely watched legal dispute in the cryptocurrency space. The lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC may go on for much longer. After Ripple and the SEC agreed to a timetable for the next phase of the case, filings and hearings on summary judgment motions will last through December. A federal judge will either decide the matter or send it to trial at that point. The SEC's lawsuit against XRP could significantly impact cryptocurrencies in the future. If the SEC wins, it may have sweeping consequences for crypto businesses, establishing a precedent that digital assets provided to consumers must adhere to the same regulatory requirements as stocks. If Ripple succeeds, it would be a seismic shift in the crypto world, which is rapidly expanding, but also facing increased regulatory scrutiny on several fronts. The drawn-out court battle has been inconvenient for Ripple, which has accused the SEC of legal harassment and delaying tactics. Keep in mind that the SEC investigation of Ripple began in 2019 and the lawsuit was filed December of 2020.
Going to come back to haunt them in the future, so pay attention to this. Remember, last year we talked about a theory of a case and why it's so important to stick with your theory in litigation. And then we talked about how it was a mistake for the SEC to change its argument on what Hinman's speech was. If it was going to make the gambit that it was Hinman's personal opinion, you have to stick with that, and here's why. Now, we know Judge Netburn has already ruled that, at least for discovery purposes, Hinman's speech was his personal opinion. So the SEC can now argue it's not relevant to anything, and that's fine. But we know that that hurts the SEC in these discovery motions, so there was a trade-off there. But the SEC attorney was trying really hard today and arguing various positions in order to try to win this motion, which is probably not really possible to even win. And so what did she end up saying? Now first, when the judge was trying to lock the SEC attorney down on what the SEC's position is, the judge asked, is the SEC taking the position now that the speech reflected the Division of Corporate Finance's position? And the SEC attorney said yes. Now she tried to equivocate a little bit after that, but the first and the direct answer was yes. And even worse, towards the end of the hearing, when the argument had turned to policy versus legal guidance, the SEC attorney actually said this. Listen to this, quote, "The purpose of the speech was to provide market guidance on how the SEC would treat digital assets." Now, I couldn't believe she said that, and still right now, I doubt that my notes are correct, because this motion was already lost in the first 5 minutes. But those two remarks by the SEC attorney, especially the second one, put the Hinman speech back into play as market guidance and puts it back into relevance. It's like the SEC is having the opposite of having their cake and eating it too.
According to his testimony, Mr. Hinman met with Ripple in 2018 and maybe 2019, but the meeting in his trap testimony was in 2020. It was only in 2020 that he met with Ripple and said, "I think you are breaking the law." But also keep in mind that when asked what they could do to come into compliance, it seems, according to his testimony, his only response was to say, "Stop selling XRP." Not very helpful or fair. I think it's a dead giveaway. With how things look, we can already tell that the SEC is trying to save itself as it has already lost this case. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. We continue to pray for the people of Ukraine. Let's stop the war. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can let us know what you think in the comments section below. Let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below. And be sure to turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next Money Side.